The US ambassador to Swaziland, Lisa Petersen, has called for a constitution change in Swaziland to stop the lavish spending of the absolute monarch, King Mswati III. Petersen, who has criticized the king's lavish lifestyle in the past, was speaking with newspaper and magazine editors in a discussion broadcast on Facebook on Thursday, the 23rd of July 2020. She said she had previously had a private meeting with the king, where she voiced her concerns to him. In November 2019, the king purchased a number of luxury Rolls-Royce cars at an estimated cost of up to $4 million. He also has 2 private jets, at least 13 palaces, and fleets of top-of-the-range cars. At his 50th birthday in 2018, he wore a watch worth $1.6 million and a suit beaded with diamonds that weighed 6 kilograms. Days earlier, he had taken delivery of his second private jet. This one, an Airbus A340, cost $13.2 million to purchase, but with VIP upgrades, was estimated to have cost $30 million. Ambassador Petersen indicated that she had a concern about royal family trips to Disney World in the middle of the drought and the number of royal children who for some reason go to the UN General Assembly. She said the US had given more than $500 million in assistance to Swaziland over the past 15 years. It does reach a point where you ask yourself, why are we putting this money in? Why are my taxpayers' dollars going to this? My children's tax dollars. Heaven forbid. My grandchildren's tax dollars go to pay for healthcare in this country, when someone clearly has a lot of money, and doesn't quite seem to know what to do with it all. Speaking about the Rolls-Royce cars, she said, I am still not completely convinced they were a purchase. She said all kinds of people talked about the purchase at the time. There was anger, there was disappointment, and one person said they felt abandoned. She added, I thought it was a golden opportunity for people to mobilize, to get something out of this moment of collective anger and anguish, pick your word, and nothing really happened. She predicted, I think you're going to see another kind of gift or purchase that's going to raise ire again. She called on people to advocate for a law on limiting the gifts government officials and the monarchy could accept. The gift law should specify that it will apply to everyone, she said. In Swaziland, it is impossible to take the king to court. The ambassador said, people needed to send a message to the king, we expect you to behave the way the rest of us have to behave. She called for people to advocate to change Section 9 of the Swazi Constitution, which deals with royal emoluments, the amount of money the royal family gets from the national budget each year. Section 9(2) states that the level of the king's allowances can never be reduced. She said, that section of the Constitution, fundamentally, takes away any power Parliament has over the purse, and at a minimum, people should be engaged on saying, we think he has enough already, we should place a cap on this. Change Section 9 of the Constitution, so actually there's some room to move it down if necessary, when you are in times of dire fiscal need. Ambassador Petersen had previously publicly criticized the king for his lavish spending. Speaking about the purchase of the Rolls-Royce in an interview in December 2019, she said, my initial anger was at the excessive luxury enjoyed by a tiny segment of the country, while 40% of the population lives on less than $2 per day, according to the World Bank. She added that people in Swaziland felt bound by a cultural expectation to keep quiet, while more powerful people took advantage of their goodwill and respect. She said, goodwill and respect should be earned based on a person's actions, which must be guided by giving the utmost consideration to human dignity. Goodwill and respect require that a person deal honestly with those around him, particularly those who depend on his conscientious leadership. By always dealing honestly, a leader gains the trust and respect of his public. Please check in the description box below for the links to the sources of this report. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share and subscribe.